Why didn't you catch it?
Why am I gonna go across the table? I'm gonna block it.
Yeah. Like do it like. That's it.
I might look funny because I may not be able to see you properly.
Oh no, you're good, man.
Are we looking at each other?
We're looking towards each other. That's the right terminology. Okay, so probably, cheers. Want to put your glasses on so you can actually see me?
I'm gonna be very.
So it is probably the last video that we will do.
The last one for the year before
the year.
Holidays.
Before we hit 2024. Gee, it's always a pleasure having you in front of the
Pleasure is
camera.
all mine, bro.
Pleasure is all yours.
Yes.
Well, I want to talk to you about community and stuff like that. We have agents that come obviously searching for a brokerage and searching for their new path and the new style. How important it is to be a part of a community in a brokerage?
I think it's the most important thing to have in the brokerage that 99% of agents don't even know that they want. Because this is a very lonely business. And unless you're surrounded by the right group of people, you will flame out. We've talked about it.
100%.
So really, like those down days, you need to have somebody to talk to, someone to lean on, whether it's to uplift you
Yes.
or to share in your misery for that moment. It's to know that you're not alone. Everybody's in the same boat. Everybody's going through this tough year right now.
Yeah.
And so, you know, you can look in the mirror and say, okay, it's not me. I'm doing the right things. I'm surrounded by the right people.
True.
I'm very proud of the community and culture that we've created at our
100%.
at Legacy. We're very selective of letting the right people in.
Yeah, and I'm finding sometimes it's that mindset that an individual can have, and that's okay, you know, but, you know, if you don't plug in into the program, or if you don't plug in physically every day, right, like, nobody else can help you, right? So I think it is important while being a part of the community to plug into the community, to be a part of the community, and to bring something to the table, to bring something. Like, it doesn't have to be financial, it doesn't have to be this, it doesn't have to be that. It could be just that mindset, that positive vibe. And do you agree? Or
100%.
you know what I mean?
100%. Those big things, the big gestures are nice. You might have a nice looking office.
100%.
You might have an office with a pool table in it, a chits table. You know, some offices have like fancy lattes and everything else.
Yeah.
It means nothing if you don't have the right people in there. If your office doesn't have heart,
Yeah.
like it's gonna be empty,
100%.
right? It's like going to a party with no energy. You could
Yeah.
have the nicest decorations, the top shelf alcohol, amazing music, but if people aren't there to have a good time, it's going to be the driest party you've ever been.
None of that will happen. And we all been to parties like that. So I know when we have these events, like, you know, outside our city here, and when we go to other city and then different venues and whatnot, like, we go in as a family, man. Like, I love that, you know, like car sharing, carpooling, you know, sharing rooms, enjoying ourselves and all of that stuff. Like, it feels like a mini vacation, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so it's so good. Like, it's crazy.
Sharing rooms, but not beds.
Yeah, 100%, not bad, yeah. But it's just interesting, like to know that, like, the people that you meet outside of this office are literally the same people. Like, we don't change.
No. There's no mask.
Like, you know what I mean? Like people have the career mask.
Yeah.
You know, they go in and then what is a career? Like, you know, I ask myself that question, a career, you know, like, are you a different person when you're in a career? Or like, you should be the same person. It's just like, it's your life. Has nothing to do, like,
Well,
you know, this is my life.
I agree with you, but I have worn different faces. until I got comfortable in my skin.
Makes sense, yeah.
Right. I've talked about this in the past where being a first generation Canadian, you had to act a certain way at home, but then you had to be Canadian in school or at work. You had to be more professional. Obviously, you can't joke around all the time at work.
Of course. I mean,
you have to represent the company.
100%, yeah.
And when it's your own company, you have to take it a step further.
Yes.
Right? You have to be very careful about what you say, do, and how you look. That doesn't mean you can't be authentic. That doesn't mean to go out and be fake. You're just tapping into that different part of you that's, you know, that 20% of me, that's like Rick Dillon, that loves the stage, that loves the spotlight, where the 80% of me probably doesn't want that. But I'm not going to lie. I like the spotlight once in a while, man. I played basketball in high school. I like the cheering crowd.
100%. 100%. It's just like for 2024, I can see definitely I can feel it or sense it. Most of us do, like that. It will be an interesting real estate market. It will be interesting shifts between people, currently owners, people trying to penetrate the market, trying to get in the market, trying to buy properties, or trying to upsell, downsell, upgrade, downgrade, whatever the case might be. So it will be interesting. And I also feel that it will also be interesting when it comes to brokerages and realtors and communities and all of that,
Yeah.
you know?
I'm actually looking really excited for 2024.
Right.
Any
particular reason?
I'll tell you why. I believe the industry is shifting back to people.
100%.
And I love people. And I think we're going to get away from the transactional nature that we had the last couple of years where it was bidding war, this and that. I think we're still going to have some of that. But I think the people who care, that are authentic, that actually pick up the phone and talk to their client and actually listen to what they're saying,
Huge.
those people are going to thrive next year.
Huge.
And the ones that were pushing the hot project, not knowing their numbers, not knowing the industry, you know, throwing us a sign on the lawn, those guys are going to hurt, and I don't care.
Oh, true, 100%.
Yeah.
Like it is what it is, but it's also important for us who are anticipating, searching to be ahead of that curve, analyzing that situation, right? But it does help having the community and having these open talks, you know, in rooms where we can share our experiences, our thoughts, our beliefs when it comes to the market. And what I like, it's authentic and it's straightforward, and I do like to listen and share my experiences.
Yeah.
And that's how you get the right answers, right?
Yeah.
And I think you're bang on when you say like the entire transaction process will probably go back to the...
It's going to be a more human experience.
Yeah.
Like, I want to get back in front of, sit across from the seller and the agent and negotiate.
I love those.
I used to love that.
I love that.
And I think we're going to get more of that. As things get tighter, it's going to be the connection. We connect with the party that we're representing. We always forget about the connection on the other side. You have to connect with the agent you're working with.
Yes.
And if you're lucky enough to get in front of the buyer or the seller, whoever the opposite party is,
there's an edge to that, man.
If you can make a connection with that party as well, then everybody wins. And it's not a, it goes beyond dollars and cents.
No, it does. And you know what, like that aspect of, like, I understand, like we definitely evolved when it comes to real estate industry and all of that stuff. But on top of that, like, I liked seeing, looking at my clients and they see value. They see value in me being punctual. They see value in me driving to that house, submitting the offer, fighting against, 10, 15 other offers, and they're all there.
Yeah.
It's like a big party.
Yeah.
So I remember when when I would list a house in a neighborhood, I would be the spotlight. Like people thought it's a party. You know what I mean? Like people will show up, right? So I think we're missing that, and that will come back as same as open houses.
Yeah.
And that's also a creative way where new or startup agents can definitely make a career or their business out of that from open houses.
And I think, going back to that community part of things, if you have the right office and the right culture, the successful agents want to give back. They're very grateful for
we're proud to
what
give
this,
back.
what this industry has provided us.
Yes.
What it's provided our families.
Yes.
And the really good agents want to make the industry better. And so, we've talked about this before, where if you're worried about what people are saying about you, they're probably not ahead of you.
True.
The people that are far ahead of you, they're not thinking, what's G doing if that agent's making $2 million a year?
100%.
You know
what I mean? Of course.
He's thinking about Sam McDaddy. Like, how do I get to that guy?
Yeah, 100%.
Right? So block out the noise on that and find the right mentors is a term that's been thrown around a lot.
Yeah, I would say right.
The right group, the right people.
Right community, yeah.
I always used to just cold call the top agents just to grab a coffee, just to hear their story. And we lost that over the last couple of years.
It's interesting you say that because I started trading full-time in 2013, so 10 years now full-time. And I find that the new generation of agents don't do or did not do what I did. Not that they're supposed to do that, but I would specifically hunt down a particular agent just to grab a coffee with them, just to find that nugget that, you know what I mean? Like, or even in a conference, ma'am, sir, can I please have 2-3 minutes on the hallway? I have a couple of questions. I always had questions, right? So I don't see it nowadays. I think also that social media aspect kind of twisted some stuff around because we don't know who is who. Like everybody's kind of, like I get it, fake it till you make it concept. I understand that, but like at the end of the day, like people don't know who is who, and then they get depressed by looking at stuff that is not true to begin with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's all these different characters nowadays, but I would definitely suggest reach out, just have a coffee,
Yeah. Our office doors are open, man.
100%.
We have office training that's open to all agents on our Wednesday workshops, which will be starting again in January. So
packed.
It's a packed house. Yeah. You get to learn something and you meet some amazing people.
Yes.
And so, I encourage anybody who's thinking of a move, who's looking for some type of camaraderie, some type of, just belonging.
Well, I mean, listen.
Come check it out.
If you're in business, you owe it to yourself, right? Whether you're gonna join, you're not gonna join, besides the point. But you owe it to yourself to find out.
Yeah.
And I would suggest you find out from the best in the industry because it shows, success leaves clues along the way. So I know that we left a lot of clues along the way, but that's okay. You know what? Come on down, check us out. Doors are open, like you said, training on Wednesdays. And I'm kind of happy, this year is we're nearing the end of 2023, but let's see what 2024 brings, my friend.
It's like I said, this is a tough year.
Yes.
But the last 2 months, there's something happening. There's a shift.
100%.
It's going to be a positive shift. It's going to be a great shift. I'm just looking forward to it.
When you say that, I believe this. People that had and I could be wrong, this is just my experience through my own lens, my experience. The people that had the positive energy in any quantity, in the last quarter, it got amplified. They got even more positive.
Yeah.
And the people that got the negativity or the negative aspect or view or whatever the case is, that got amplified.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're finding the same way, but I see that, right? Like whoever I'm talking, whoever is kind of, in that motion, they're in a bigger motion, better motion, right? So
That had to do with the moon and Jupiter. No,
I have no idea what it has to do with, but anyways, thank you all for watching. G, always a pleasure, man. I appreciate you making us this beautiful espresso coffee.
Yes.
Please like and subscribe to our channel, and there's definitely more content to come. Cheers.